What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the VHS 2-pack of Smythe and Peter Parker. So let's check it out.
Now tuning into the encountered culture.
Counter-culture, it's in your face. It's fun to pretend that you want it to end. I'd rather be drinking with my friends. When we go out, you never see us again.
As promised, today we are going to be looking at the Smythe Peter Parker 2-pack. Let's check it out. Looking in the box, of course, we do get the VHS 2-pack continuing down the line with those. Still looking good, like a nice little set. You got the nice animated series art on the front here with your logo. Of course, Smythe versus Peter Parker down at the bottom. Flip it to the side. There's your tapes. So, of course, we have Smythe, Peter Parker. Some more images of them down at the bottom. On the back, we do get some renderings of the figures there, so you do get to see what they're going to look like. We'll get to that a little bit down the road. Of course, Smythe versus Peter Parker, and all of your important information below. Flip it to this side, we do get another animated series logo, along with your animated versions of the two characters at the bottom. On the top, you got a logo. On the bottom, some more of that important information. Let's see what's in the box. So fresh out the box, first impressions. I kind of dig these. There's a few things I'm going to point out on Smythe that I like that I didn't expect. So that's always a nice little touch. Pretty comparable renditions to their animated series counterparts. So for those of you who are buying it solely based on the animated series, you'll probably be happy with that, although there is the whole thing about some of these being cel shaded and some not. I say it every single time I go over one of these VHS line figures. For me, I prefer that they don't have the cel shading, so it's been pretty good for me. But for those of you who are collecting the cel shaded figures, I'm really curious as to how you're feeling about that and just how random it's sort of going with that. Of course, you have the Spiderman, the cel shaded on the card. In the Spider-Man Carnage 2-pack, those are cel shaded. There's only a little bit of cel shading on the Doc Ock. Aunt May has none. So it's definitely kind of all over the place, but this works out for me. Smythe was the only figure that I really needed to add to the collection. Peter Parker will find another use for him, but let's get into these. We'll go over Peter Parker first, and then we'll take a look at Smythe. Taking a look at Peter Parker, so of course he comes with the camera. He does come with an extra set of hands, so you do get two thwip hands that are just, unmasked, ungloved, if you will. So that's a nice little touch, especially for, just somebody. I think what's good about these sets is if you're just a casual Spider-Man fan, or you're an animated series fan, or what have you, there are things you can do with this. So even if you're not looking to do like a display for the animated series, you could just toss these on, or even just go like this and put them on your Spider-Man display. So a fine figure in that regard. The camera, certainly a nice accessory. So just kind of some good detail in there. Just a nice little touch. Of course, it makes all the sense in the world. He does have a watch that is freely rotating, so another nice little touch, not molded on or painted on or anything like that. And the faceplate is painted as well. All right, as far as articulation goes, so you will have your standard rotation at the arm. You do have an upper bicep swivel. You have single point at the elbow here, but they are pinless, so that is, of course, a nice touch. For the ab crunch, you do just get that basic ab crunch in there, and of course a swivel at the hips. Other arm, same thing, so everything looks the same. For your wrist, though, you do get the you get the vertical on the wrist there, and on this one you do get the horizontal, so you get a little bit of both. Moving down to the legs, so you do get probably some okay range of motion there. You can kick up just about that high. Going back, you're going to be at least a little limited by the jacket, but not a ton. Again, like, how much do you need to kick back? I don't know. That's up to you. Upper thigh swivel, of course. Moving down, so we are on the double jointed pinless legs with the knee there, so looks nice and clean. Plus you got like this nice wrinkle detail throughout the jeans, so that looks good. Coming down to the sneakers, so fairly nice design on the sneakers, nice detail, and you get all that usual range of motion in the shoes.
Is it the shoes?
Nice flat feet, so he stands very nicely. And of course, throughout the belt, you do get some nice detailing in there with the silver painted for the belt buckle as well. So some nice detailing, nice little touches throughout this. Of course, you know, there's always stuff that could be done differently, but like, I like how they just hit the nice little details. It does make all of the difference. As far as the head goes, so you can look down about that far. He's looking up just that far. You can go all the way around, of course, and then you do get a little bit of side to side. Face sculpt looks really clean, nice detailing. Definitely some good color work through the eyes, so that looks nice. The hair, just a nice style. Pretty plain, you know, nothing super detailed in the hair, but it does what it's supposed to, so looks fairly decent there. All right, let's take a look with the thwip hand. As I previously said, the watch is a separate piece, so you'll just want to be careful when changing out the hands so you don't lose that. But there you go, so that pops off just like that. Get a thwip hand in here so you can take a look at that. And of course, you get all the usual motion with your thwip hands, but it's just a cool little touch on this Peter Parker. All right, let's take a look at Smythe. All right, so as I said previously, this was the figure out of the two that I was most looking forward to. Just because it is a new character on the shelf, I don't necessarily have a need to add a Peter Parker. I do have that one that's on the retro card from a few years ago. I still haven't even opened that yet because it doesn't really fit into my display per se. So I know that won't be the case for everybody. So I'm definitely excited to see some people's displays, see how they do everything, what they're doing with these. You guys let me know what you are doing with your displays down in the comments below. But let's get into Smythe, because for me, that's where I was at with this pack. So looking a little bit closer, so the skin tone, it's sort of a grayish beige color. I mean, nothing like what's on the box there. So there's that. Still a cool color. Like it doesn't look bad. He just, like, I don't know, maybe looks ill or something, but it's cool. I kind of dig it. You know, I think it's gonna look great on the shelf. So look forward to seeing what that looks like at the end of the video. So of course you do have like the details in here. You can see like there's some nice detailing in there. It's actually painted in there. On the fins as well, so like coming down here, they've got some paint in there. I think this one was like, when I pulled it out of the box first, I saw that, I was like, all right, that looks pretty good. So they put that like sort of bluish green tint in there, and it just really it adds a nice little pop to it. You do have like the claws down here painted with a sort of silver. And these pants, they have like a texture to them. So it kind of gives it like the scaly sort of resemblance that you would expect. So I think like everything here is just a really nice job. I'm really digging what's going on here with Smythe and all the little extra detailing. Of course, very plain on the upper body. I mean, aside from maybe some wash, that could have added just a tiny little bit of depth to it, but for the most part, everything looks pretty good. And the face sculpt as well. So you see, it's just a nice sort of detail in there. Those eyes have that really sort of goldish yellow glow to them, so it looks good. And that mullet's just rocking, you know. Business in the front, party in the back, all day long. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's take a look at the articulation here. So in the arms, the arm will go out just about that far. So you do have that. You'll go around all the way. Swivel at the upper arm. Double jointed pinless elbows. So always a nice touch. Maybe some, like, I don't know if butterfly joints would have made that much of a difference here. Aesthetically, it looks good. So not a huge ding. Like, I would say, like, nobody gives a shit if I ding it, but you know what I mean. So, all right, coming over here, same thing. The upper arm, double jointed elbows. Nothing on the forearm. You do come down to the wrist. Of course, you have the articulation there at the wrist. Both sides, same thing. So you are getting just that horizontal hinge on the wrists. The ab crunch, you do just get that basic ab crunch. You go all the way back. You don't get a gap, so that's good, but you do get that wide open space there on the back. Fairly similar. Of course, you do get the rotation at the waist there. Moving down to the legs, you do get that upper thigh swivel. Double jointed pinless knees, so hooray for that. Kicks up about that far and not getting much to the back, but you can go out like that. And then coming down to the feet, which I don't know, I think these are definitely new feet. I'm trying to think. I don't recognize these from anything else. I definitely could be wrong. Let me know if I am, but they look new to me. Kind of stiff, so I don't want to force it too much, so make sure you heat those up before you unbox it.
I guess this is how you heat it up before unboxing. But 0 out of 10, do not recommend.
But you will get all of the range of motion that you are accustomed to. So let's check out these other hands, because I think those are the ones I'm going to go with. See what's going on there. All right, so we have the open hands. These look nice. I think I might do one of each. And two, having both open hands, a little much. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. But there you go. So those are nice little touch. And also both on a horizontal hinge. For your size comparison, I have Peter Parker backed up against the Amazing Friends Spider-Man. So this is the exact same body and everything as the animated series or cel-shaded Spider-Man. So effectively what I'm seeing here is if you're in the animated series, they think that you shrink when you become Spider-Man. So not sure what's going on with Peter Parker there. So he's probably better backed up against like Renew Your Vows, just to have a little bit more of that height. That's going to be a very like picky thing to show for somebody, but that does matter. I mean, if you have Peter Parker and you have Spider-Man and they're not even close to at least height, I don't know. That's definitely weird to me. You guys let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. Let's take a look at Smythe. Alright, so here we have Smythe backed up against the same Spider-Man. So this is again the Amazing Friends Spider-Man. So I think this looks good. I like the color contrast between sort of the brighter colors of the Spider-Man against the more dull, dingy, creepy colors of Smythe. For me, that's a contrast that works. So again, I am thinking that Smythe is going to look pretty good on the shelf. Of course, stay tuned to the end of the video so you can check out that picture. Unfortunately, Peter probably won't make it, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, folks, so there you have it. There is your VHS 2-pack of Smythe and Peter Parker from the Spider-Man animated series VHS line, whatever it is, because it's a little bit of both. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, so there they are. It's Peter Parker. It's Smythe. Decent 2-pack all around. Definitely looking forward to Smythe. Peter Parker is a take it or leave it for me, which is, again, kind of the problem of some of these 2-packs, because there's always like one figure that you want, one you don't really want. So, you got to deal with that. That's fine. I got a way to deal with it. I'll be all right. Everything will go. The world continues to spin. No harm, no foul. I get Smythe. Somebody else will have Peter Parker. All is well. All right. So, again, nice 2-pack, decent at least. So, looking forward to adding Smythe. You guys let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. Of course, if you are returning, definitely appreciate you coming back. But if this is your first time coming here, I appreciate you clicking and seeing what was happening. If you've made it this far, then I really appreciate you sticking it out. That definitely means a lot. So appreciate you dropping in. Of course, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe below. And as always, if you are over on Instagram or you are over on Whatnot, feel free to head over there and check it out as well. But until next time, take it easy.
I'm being erased, I'm being replaced. Counterculture's in your face. It's fun to pretend that you want it to end. I'd rather be drinking with my friends. When we go out,